Hello and welcome again to Let's Play Shadows of Om. This is Policy of Madness. Last time we had Reputation 17 and now we have Reputation 19. That's pretty much all that happened.
Nothing to it.
There's a quest here that will get us a reputation point.
Are you interested in some thrills, darling?
And we are going to do it and get that reputation point. So this here is the prostitute who saw the murders. We can be nice to her or a dick to her. Either way, we will get to the same place, so no reason to be a dick. What's on baby's mind? Alright. Literally across the street.
Have a look at my wares. I trust you'll find them all in satisfactory condition.
Okay, now we have two types of berries and oak bark. I'm just kind of skipping all this dialogue because, I mean, the girl berries are apparently if you can't get it up. Oak bark, of course, is used by a tanner. You know, somebody who might be interested in skinning people and taking their skins. And the other one is just to make pies.
Are you interested in some thrills, darling?
Okay. So we already have something pointing at the tanner. Other than the fact that the people were skinned.
Miserable ragamuffins.
Again, you can be nice or dickish. $100 gold. We're not going to give him $100 gold. He does not very good at math because half of 100 gold is not 40. We'll give him 5 gold. If you tell him that you don't happen to have 5 gold, he'll give it to you for free because you're even worse off than he is. Talk to the seller that buys. That means talk to this merchant dude again.
Have a look at my wares. I trust you'll find them all in satisfactory condition.
Again, something points at the tanner. Alright. So that's all there is to this. Where's the tanner's house? Right here.
I'm sorry I am closed at the moment. Come back when I have replenished my stock.
So at this point you can say sorry for bothering you. Summon a bunch of skeletons and completely surround him. And then talk to him again. And when at the end of the conversation he's going to make for these stairs and disappear. If he gets to the stairs, then that's the end of it. But, you know, you get some experience for outing him. And, you can actually get that experience over and over and over and fucking over. You can do it indefinitely. You can level an entire party of characters up to 40 on this quest. I've done it. It's incredibly tedious. You essentially just get the experience over and over until you're bored.
I see. You have gathered this evidence.
Whatever you want.
Really understand that? Human skin is the ultimate material for leather? Okay. I guess. Can't really kill him here. It's pretty much impossible. Shit. Didn't realize I go, so low on spells. Oh well, it'll be okay.
If you say so.
No, I think I actually want to replenish my
course.
spells.
If that's what you want.
Hello, me good smiling friends.
Is that all?
We're kind of likely to run into vampires, but we can actually handle vampires now.
Nothing to it.
Alright. Thing is that there's a bunch of traps here, and I really don't want to die from one. They're reasonably dangerous. So here's his people that he dragged back here, I guess. As dead bodies on the floor. Alright.
Whatever you want.
Yeah, like that trap. So now there's something gross under the bed. So now this disgusting thing with a horrible smell. Is apparently the most awesome armor ever or something. I mean, obviously it isn't. I don't really understand what they're talking about with the finest materials. So anyway, down here is kind of a dangerous battle, so we're going to make ourselves invisible.
Very fast. Just ask.
Prepare to be eviscerated, fool.
And if you want to actually do the human armor quest, which we're not going to because it's ridiculous and the armor that you get is not worth it, you actually really need to write this dude's name down. Okay, whatever.
Incursus pulcrum imperium. Incursus pulcrum imperium.
Plant a blade in your innards, I will.
You wouldn't hurt a lick.
Bone golems, despite looking totally like undead, are actually not undead. Okay.
What
Don't need that. That's worth like literally 1 gold, I think. Last time I was talking about the wage gap and how the story about how the wage gap is essentially entirely the result of women's choices. It doesn't tell the whole story. But there are other ways that the wage gap can come into effect. Just gonna wait now for, yeah, second one to expire.
Nothing to it. Whatever you want. If you say so.
Okay. Probably run into the vampires. Vampires. There are a couple of spawn points where the vampires are likely to appear. Alright.
Oh, it's you again.
You can come here before confronting Rajak, and if you do that, Aegisfield will go to check it out himself, and you'll find his dead body in Rajak's house. If you do this, you don't get the reputation. So he gave us a little bit of gold, a reputation point, which we wanted, and a boatload of EXP. That's an insane amount of EXP. So, okay, what level are we going to be? 16. Oh, this is nice. Ah, level 8 spells. Horde building. I think I'll just wait for dawn. I don't really want to run into vampires. Here's a interesting little thing.
Incurtus Fulcrum Imperium.
I almost never use this, but I should, because my con gets up above 20. I start regenerating. Regeneration is not super fast, but, you know, it's better than 0. It's especially good if you go to sleep with it. The duration is not correctly calculated. Here we go. This duration of this spell does not calculate correctly when you are resting with it, and you'll regenerate the entire night. Alright, now our reputation is 20. Come on, where's that regeneration? It's supposed to be like 2 hit points a minute or something.
Of course.
Well, it doesn't matter anyway. Just make my AC pretty good. My dex is 25. Alright. Ooh, what's this? Symbol of fear. Okay.
If that's what you want.
The human flesh is junk. Where's the junk drawer? Here's the junk drawer. And so is this. Yeah, regenerated 1 hit point there. Okay. gonna sell all of our
Whatever you desire.
ill-gotten gains here. Gonna have to identify the last couple of bits. Get a whole bunch of money and buy some stuff. Oh yeah, we're gonna do that first too. We're gonna do that first, just in general.
Is that all?
Okay.
Never had rats. No sorry.
Okay.
Nothing to it. Whatever you want.
Who's this guy?
Hello there.
I bet it actually does check the time. That's cool. Rousing wave of indifference. You're the security and financial advisor, not the entertainment. Okay, that was funny. Alright.
For the glory of arms.
Yeah.
Manus potentes.
Obviously what we're gonna do is kill all these people. For essentially no reason, other than the fact that they carry stuff. And it's stuff that should be ours. We're gonna turn it into money.
Incurtus pulcrum imperium. Incurtus pulcrum imperium.
Oh, I have one more. Let's use it.
Incurtus pulcrum imperium. Press. I'm waiting. Very fast.
Alright.
Yes. What would you
The
like?
timber's bad enough without ye bothering me.
Alright.
Tell me all of nothing to
Oops.
it.
That's not what I meant to do.
I'm waiting. Tell me all about it.
You gotta kill that guy pretty quickly because once he starts taking damage, he'll make a break for it. Alright.
Whatever you want.
The bullshit that we encountered in the first game, where people would report us to the guard when there was nobody in the fucking room, doesn't occur here. I've never run into that in this game. The pay gap is not merely a result of the things that women do. It's also a result of women being forced, essentially, slotted into, this was basically the reason why we didn't want that dude escaping. Because that's a nice ring. It's also a matter of women being slotted, just regular, yeah, into career tracks that are less well compensated than men. And there's also something that a lot of people don't consider. Assume for a moment that the pay gap didn't exist, that there was no pay gap, that,
Of course.
you know, it's not 77 cents on the dollar, it's not even 90 cents or 95 cents on the dollar. There's zero pay gap, okay? This is a hypothetical world that doesn't exist. But let's assume for a moment that it did exist. Ooh, that's a Gibberling wand. Awesome. Alright.
If that's what you want.
We're going to sell all these things and get money for them. This is a significant store of cash right here. Gonna need to go rest for these two items
Whatever you desire.
to identify them. So you have a group of women
Is that all?
who are making collectively exactly the same amount as corresponding men in the same jobs.
Never had rats. No, sorry.
And they're pairing off. You know, women are marrying men in general because most people are heterosexual, and we acknowledge that.
Nothing to it.
Men have this tendency
No trouble out of you.
to want to marry women who are
Whatever you want.
less well compensated than they are. Everybody knows that this is true, right? I mean, I hope this is not a controversial statement. Uh-oh. Let's just swords. Okay. Now we're going to sell all these things
Just
in
ask.
batches, more or less, in order to get the least amount of depreciation.
Anything you need, I can likely provide, I assure you.
Okay. Why is a two-handed sword worth less than a long sword? I get depreciation on that? Nope. No, I got no depreciation on it. It's just, in general, worth less. Okay, that's weird. Whatever. So if you have this middle class thing going on where you have the one parent decide to be a stay-at-home parent, and symbol fear is kind of an irritant, so we're not going to ever use it. It's worth a good bit of money, though.
What would you like?
When you have men preferentially marrying women who make less money than they do, then you're going to have that same situation come about where, yeah, this is a shitty cloak. It only works for thieves. It doesn't work at all for mages.
Nothing to it.
Have a look at my wares. I trust you'll find them all in satisfactory condition.
Yeah, he's got plate mail. What about this guy?
Welcome to my humble establishment.
But he doesn't. Yeah, that's full price. If you have men preferentially marrying women who make less money than they do, then even if men as a collective
Whatever you want.
and women as a collective are making exactly the same amount of money, you're still going to have the woman in the relationship making less money than the man. And so whenever yeah, I have no use for this. Whenever you run
If you say
into
so.
you have meat. I love that. We have meat, sir. Okay. It's good, I guess.
Greetings, good customer. A pearl to you.
Yeah, these all look like proper prices, except this is nothing. Okay, that makes it junk. Didn't know that. Thought we could sell it for 1 gold.
Of course.
Here's our trash can. Okay. All our magic ammo is probably not going to be worth very much, but
If that's what you want.
why not?
Anything you need, I can likely provide, I assure you.
You're still going to have that situation. Oh yeah, arrows are biting. That's worth a lot. Oh shit. She was giving me depreciation on that, wasn't she?
For the glory of Om.
Now we're ready to buy some shit.
Whatever you desire.
Even if women as a whole, as a collective, are making the same amount as men, you're still going to end up with women in situations in which they are making less than their husbands. And so if someone is going to quit their job, it's going to be her.
Greetings, good customer. A pearl to you.
And this brings her very expensive robe down to a fairly reasonable price.
Ribald Bardaman at your service.
Okay. There are several things we need from him. This would be awesome if our strength was not already naturally 19. And no. I don't really see where charming an air elemental is worth the price of this ring. It's 2,200 gold to charm air elementals. How often do you run into air elementals? Like, almost never in this game. And improved invisibility, it doesn't last as long as mine does. Just from my being a high-level mage. Does he carry antidotes? Let's get a couple antidotes. Ah, here we go. These aren't really decisions in any meaningful sense of the term. Here we go. This will serve us until we are able to pick up the cheese stick. This will now completely resolve our every desire for AC. We now no longer need this. This would be pretty awesome for the AC, except for that's not actually what we're after. We're after this. And the magic resistance is pretty good too.
The Adventure Mart's the finest shopping in all of Faerun. Widest selection, lowest prices, and nary a fancy illustration.
Wow.
Just the goods, bare and plain.
That's a lot of money. Okay. Staff of Air. No real reason to sell it.
Is that all?
These are the most expensive
Nothing
items
to
that
it.
we had a use for. So we'll just go ahead and keep the... Yeah. We're gonna start carrying this around. It charges us have 10. We'll have to recharge it at some point. You can use Rod of Resurrection on yourself and it will completely heal you. That's what our use of the Rod of Resurrection is going to be. It's going to be an emergency heal. So, actually I think that's about it for today.
Whatever you want.
Hope you can see where the pay gap is a little bit more complicated than just saying equal work for equal pay. I really hate the people who keep yelling this ambient noise of people screaming in the promenade. It's so irritating. Okay, that's better. You know, equal pay for equal work is great, and we should have it, and it's a fucking crime that we don't. But the pay gap is more complicated than just that. You have to take into consideration women being shunted into lower paid careers. This is especially true for poor women who don't really have the options that wealthier women do. For example, they're not really able to just quit their jobs and stay at home.
For the glory of Om.
Because even in two-parent families, when you're poor, both parents have to work. That's just the way it has to be. But even when we're talking about the, oh, let's change that back. Even when we're talking about the June Cleaver model of white suburban women, it's not just a matter of women, choosing to leave the workforce for 10 years or 15 years to raise kids. It's an economic decision that is influenced by the basic sexism in the workforce. The way that women are paid less. So if someone is going to stay home, it's going to be her, because she's making less money because of sexism. So, wait a minute. I already had a Gibberling wand. Oh well, doesn't matter. So next time, not sure what we're going to do. We need to do that. Oh, Darnesi Keep. How long ago was that? 14 versus day 9. Yeah, we should go do. Next time we'll be heading out to Darnesi Keep. Should be on our, on our map. So that's what we'll be doing. Join me then. Later.